Hello and welcome to um I guess my first time really doing some prospect stuff. I if you're watching this video, you probably know me as the bucket hat on Twitter. Um yeah, I should change my username, but or at Maxi Monster, or you subscribe to my Substack. Um yeah, pretty cool. The friendly assist. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, come on, do it. It helps me. Help me, please. Um, and or you might actually know me in real life. In which case, hello. Um, how are you? Okay, yeah. So, um, I'm I'm so awkward, man. So today, what I thought I'd do is this is like kind of like the first of a series of hopefully many, where I kind of like show a bit of like me getting into draft stuff. I haven't I've never really done draft stuff. I usually like when I write about the NBA, I write about the NBA. I wrote one about VJ. I wrote one about Kevin Garnett early in his career. I haven't really done draft stuff a lot, but I kind of want to step into space. I think it's interesting. I think I've learned a lot more about basketball as a sport recently. I think my both my eye test and my ability, my understanding of the game itself, I think has greatened a lot recently. So I was thinking it'd be cool if today I already recorded like one take of this like last week, but I made the Khashoggi film like way too damn loud, so you couldn't hear my voice the whole time. I won't make that mistake today. So today, you know who we're gonna be talking about? Um, Partly because he's one of the only guys Khashoggi has film on. We will be talking about the wonderful Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson, as you can see, I need to filter dunks. I can't, or just be. I'm tweaking a little bit, as you can probably tell. This Caleb Wilson, 6'10", 4 from UNC, freshman, could set a dunk record for a non-big, or almost for anyone really. Like, let's check what the dunk record is. It's probably gonna be like a half-hour video. I'm so sorry, but you guys can just hear me talk about what I know about Caleb Wilson. Yeah, dunks. Most ever. So the most ever, like it's 122. Okay, I 20. How many games has he played? Like 8. He played 8 last time I filmed this. He's at 9 now. He's at 28 dunks over 9 games. Get that to like 35. Yeah, he's not gonna get it, but he's definitely gonna be like probably the most historic non-big season. Which is pretty. Maybe he is a big. Let's get into it. I'll rewatch the Michigan State game. That's the one that got the foul corrupted, but we can go back to that. I want to watch the Kentucky game first because I personally haven't watched that. Okay, so from now on, we're going to be kind of. I don't want to mute the videos, but I want to keep them at low volume because I don't want to be over my voice. I want you guys to hear me, even if you guys don't want to hear me. So I guess I don't know. I think I might do a little query stuff in between the games, but for now, you're just stuck with me, and we're watching Caleb Wilson. Yippee. I'm okay. I think his just like overall interior finishing is just or not interior finishing because the layups are actually kind of weird. Like I did a query about the layups. All these stats are popping up. Maybe you see them on Twitter where it's like he's shooting like sub 40 something percent on layups. The most interesting query that I did on Barttorvik about this is among guys with dunks over like 70. I'm pretty sure he's like dunks over 70. And if we're filtering by like close to percentage, like if we want to find the lowest close to percentage ever with over 70 dunks. Wait, where? How do? Well, this just making me mad. This is making me mad. I shouldn't swear. I shouldn't swear. I don't want my mom to see this. But Thomas Robinson shot 50. No, that has to be on twos as a whole, right? So, boom. Okay. Percentage. So lowest ever is Clifford Omarui's 63.8%. Right now he's at 64.4%. So he, like, among guys who are this like high volume of dunkers, he's not finishing well. And I think, I don't know. I wonder, one thing that I don't know what I'm doing right now. One thing that I want to look into um, is his like on off splits without another big. I don't know how much they run him at the five. I haven't had the time to really investigate that. I think that's something to look into too. I don't think he's an NBA level five because he is 6'10". His wingspan's not like crazy. I think it's like 7'1", 7'2". So I've been told. And I don't think his block rates are really high enough. Like, I don't think you see a successful center with a sub, or successful defensive NBA center with sub 4 block. Okay, let's be nice. Sub 4.5. Like, we're getting so off the rails already. We've watched like one play and it was an offensive rebound. Great offensive rebound. He really has a knack on the glass. You can see 11 offensive rebound percentage. Okay, that's not even that crazy. I should really get a script for these sometime. But point is, block under like 4.5. Let's say 5. Let's be nice. Let's say 5. Let's be nice to him. Maybe he like starts blocking shots a lot more later in the year. Let's say defensive rebound over like 22. Or yeah, over 22. Over 22. Where's it do? Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. It's probably like a little painful watching me navigate this. Let's look at drafting, guys. Okay, so yeah, I don't care about so many of these people, if we're being honest. Let's make it. Let's put in a mid height one, just for kicks, I guess. 79. I'm very stupid. Wait, am I? Yes, I'm very stupid. I meant to put an 81. Let's see. I don't. Yeah, block rate under 5. Like, if we're okay, you're at this point. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. There's not. I've done. Fuck, that's something else. Chill. It's a music video. Chill. It's a music video. It's a really cool music video. It's by Slayer. Recommend you check him out. Really creative guy. Point is, back to the whew, back to the basketball. So first play, cleaning up. You can see him already sneaking down low a little bit, gets it and just elevates. Like, that's what's impressed me about him. He's just off the ground immediately. This is such like unsubstantive analysis, but he gets up. This is something I've been monitoring with him. There's just these like moments of awkwardness here. He's like trailing some early offense. He either gets to like go high low with the big. I don't know the big's name. I'm gonna be honest. High low with the big, or try to drive. He tries to drive. It's just like awkward. You can see like the way the stride lengths. He picks it up early, like picking it up over here. Doesn't seem completely poised against gap help. Like there's a stunt. Picks it up after the stunt. Little like reactive, and then he like jumps into it, which it's kind of impressive that he even ends up with a shot like that in the first place from here. Like he gets cut off there. I think there's always like an inherent like I tweeted about this. Okay, in the other video I brought up one of my tweets, but I tweeted about this once. I can't find it. I tweet a lot. Basically, the bigger you are in terms of height, Caleb Wilson is 6'10". He's tall. The harder it is to really optimize, to really lean on like lateral based creation. So that means like just like bending right by him. It's hard to do that. I think that he needs a little more strength creation, I guess, in these situations, if you want him, if he's not going to develop a jumper. And some of the jumper signs are mixed, I'll admit. Like I don't know what to believe with the jumper. The 45% from other twos and the fact that he's shown touch outside of the paint makes me happy. But the other thing is like he doesn't take threes right now. Just I don't know. I think I'm optimistic about the touch. But point is, drives, cuts off, awkward. It's his drives just aren't really like off of a standstill, aren't efficient offense right now. And if you want to check me on that, well, there's a site called Hoop Explorer, which kind of shows you this type of stuff. So Caleb Wilson, we can see his play type data for free. It's a beautiful site, probably my favorite site. I just learned that I could do this today. It's pretty cool. So, wow, his thing is like it's very concentrated in certain areas. So a lot of transition, a lot of like rebound and scramble, and a lot of post ups. So he's just not like a high volume like half court creator. I mean, like when are you gonna? I mean, like if you watch a single second of him, you know this. Um, I mean, like, but combined with that and like a non seamless shooting projection and with some finishing concerns, not like yeah, like finishing concerns. There's like probably like a little bit of a learning curve offensively in the NBA. I hate using cliche terms like that because I know there's like really like a more detailed explanation for what will happen with him offensively in the league, with like this certain nexus of skills and gaps. But I'm too tired to do that. So back to the same play. It's cut off. A little bit of awkwardness with the dribble. Jumps into him. Jumps into his defender. Little off bounce. He deals with contact better there than usual. I think one of the funniest things about Wilson as a here again, he's absolutely fearless diving into contact. He's great at initiating contact, like here, but I think that I don't know. I got called crazy for this on the timeline by someone who's like done a lot more scouting work than I have on this. So full respect to him. But like something that I saw in at least the Michigan State games, it feels like sometimes his core isn't great, and you like that doesn't make sense because he's dunking from all these crazy angles. He's doing all these like funky gathers. He's like he's doing like like NBA live moves and shit. But I think that there's like it's some I have a query for like the contact aversion. No, not the contact aversion, but like the contact creation in terms of like free throw rate versus like how he deals with that contact in terms of like rim percentage. It's interesting stuff. Point is, he's hanging out on dunker, catches, goes straight up. You kind of like that. I think I'm trying to get more into the biomechanics stuff. You like him. You like that he's going up confidently with that. I wonder about like what I'm trying to look at his left hand a little more. Yeah, a little more. Okay, so he gets a little flustered by that. I think Caleb's actually like a very intelligent processor of the floor. I think that so many like athletic NBA players get boxed in to not being like intelligent processors or like intelligent players for that matter. He's intelligent. He gets a little flustered here because his handle is just not developed enough to where he's like handling like they actually zone up kind of well here. So like if he wants like a wide open basket, he has to make a skip. He gets a little flustered because his handle's not super developed. Finds number one, gets the ball back. Step back three is crazy. I want to see this. I don't know why he took that. I don't think I've ever seen him take that. But granted, I've done that much more. But point is, I know he's not pulling step back threes. I know that. Takes another step back and a shot clock, so he gets grenade. Here he is on a rip, trying to post up, a shading over again, and that's elite touch from Wilson. You would kind of want him to like try to find number three over here, or try not even number three because four is zoning up. But you'd want him to try to find a skip a little more aggressively. But I think why I'm not worried about it here is because he's not going. I don't think this is anything on his processing like in general. I think this is on his like process if he's asked to create from a standstill. Um, he looks like he tries to initiate contact, doesn't like get anywhere here, flails his head, and you can see like right here like his handle and his like overall shot creation skills I don't think are um, refined enough to where he can handle these like physical situations against zoning up defenses well. But I don't think that's an indictment on his like processing as a whole or his passing as a whole. That is elite touch. This is like the type of stuff that makes you like hopeful for his shooting projection. Because granted, that has nothing besides the shooting projection. That has nothing to do with like what he will do in the NBA. Like, so I'm just trying to get bits and pieces here. Yeah, you can. This isn't great. I'm not super happy with this. He picks his dribble up again. Handle is a little I guess like wonky and small. It's not even the handle. It's just he doesn't believe that he can execute an angle, and yeah, it's just not a good offensive possession. He gets the rebound though because he's huge and he's always going for the rebound. And this is an interesting one. Kind of a weird body angle. Here for these ones, for some of these biomechanics stuff, you just have to like slow down. Gets his own board, spins away, stance is kind of wide. Um, Jumps into contact, lands his legs a little apart. I think he is a little off balance here. I think, yeah, I think he's a little off balance here. I think that's actually looks better than some of the other um, small space takes I've seen from him. You see, pump fake, flails, deals with contact better there than I've seen him on some other finishes. Spin. Yeah, there's a certain who else have I used this with? Yeah, there's like with a lot of guys who lack I think the handle just restricts him so much on some of these. It's just like really rigidifies offensive process. You can see here immediately just kind of trying to like brute force into the paint. And I think what I don't understand is how is he. Yeah. This is my thing. This is my thing. This is why I don't buy that his touch isn't good. I think from what I've seen typically, like I guess like floater range and further touch is usually associated with some sort of at the rim touch, which is why I'm more inclined to believe it's like an indication of his process or like biomechanical flaws as a finisher, as a non like dunk finisher. Um, Granted, I'm just talking shit here. Like I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I think these are like well substanted like ideas. Like I don't think this is like relatively new. I think if you want to look at like work of people finding that connection, someone on Twitter's definitely done it. I just forget who. There's so many smart people there, but he goes up from here. Yeah, so the touch isn't good here, but I think it's more of an indictment on like both. Yeah, a little off balance. I, okay, I'm just watching. I'm just gonna sit back and watch because I'm just talking right now. I don't think anyone wants that. He hasn't, I don't think, used his left hand on one of these yet. Something to note. Um, might be part of his struggles as a finisher. Um, Going through he gets into here. He jumps. Yeah. Yeah, he does bring it back a little bit, and here. Okay, we're gonna go back here. I'm so sorry for any like sheets people who are following me right now. This is probably sounds just like word slop. Even worse than word slop because word slop at least sounds pretty most of the time. Okay, pump fake, and then yeah, there's like a certain awkwardness with some of his motion. Like I don't understand why he pump faked and then jumped forward. I think he could have gone up. There's just like a definitely like awkwardness in him as a 2 foot finisher. I think that's something that I'm looking at. I'm trying. What I'm trying to look at is I'm trying to look at the core strength stuff because I think the core strength definitely allows him to be this incredible dunker. But through contact, I'm noticing some stuff. It's a little interesting. I think the best indicator of it all though is that he's fearless of it. Like I think in a lot of different ways in basketball, and I know I'm not really I'm not giving you like real evidence for this, but I guess like tendencies can typically like be a really great way to check how a prospect will develop rather than like flat out how good they are right now. It's like it's why people look at like 3 point attempts instead of 3 point percentage. I think Niall Hoops, really smart guy, he did a thing about how I'm blanking. It was about how 3 point rate and rim rate and Mori ball rate are better indicators for process than like outlier number. I think that's what it. If I got it wrong, I'm so sorry, man. I'm just talking here. I got homework to do, but yeah, I think that's something that I find definitely true, and I think it's true with Wilson and his ability to initiate contact. I think it's definitely a great indicator that he's not contact averse, even if he's not great at dealing with his contact. I like that. I think I'm high on him because of that, or not high on him. I'm higher on him than I would be if he was bad at dealing with contact and didn't have like a freakish 63 free throw rate. Like that's really good. Like if you, I'm sorry, but like non 7-footers who are doing this type of stuff, like here, like non 7-footers, so under 84. No, max height 83. Let's say that. And they have max height 83 and over 70 dunks, right? Over 70 dunks. Or over 80. We'll do 70 because there's so few guys. Yeah, over 70 and free throw rate. No, let's take off the height indicator because I think the height indicator kind of like takes back. Jesus Christ, I'm ruining this video, aren't I? Under 73. Oh, what am I talking about? Over 70 dunks and then over 60 free throw rate. Assists. There's not that many guys. Not that many guys. And one of them is probably like one of the most cartoonish prospects we've ever seen, Zach Edey. You got Bam, you get AD, you get just a lot of bigs. First of all, yeah, it's just like a mark that you don't see a non-big have, or it's like someone who's not playing the big in college. Because I'm pretty sure all these guys played the 5 in college. I have no idea though, so I could just be talking here. I'm so excited for like someone who's been doing this stuff like since like before I was born to like pop up and tell me how much I got wrong here. I'm really looking forward to that. But that's the great part about being on Twitter. You always learn, I guess. That's one way to put it. We are 139 into the video. I'm pretty sure I've been recording for like 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm really incompetent. Missed a second free throw. Look at him hanging around the weak side. He definitely has a knack. I think his hand-eye coordination overall is really good, which probably explains it a little bit. Like, I think Avi, he works at Switch Theory, 100 guaranteed. That guy, brilliant guy. I think he has some theories about like cognition load and cognitive. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Cognitive load, and it's like an assists, steal percentage, offensive rebound rate, like it's an integration. That's how he describes it. Basically, there's like a certain locus of skills associated with these three that make players more like cognitively able to carry like the high load of professional basketball in 2025. And with Wilson, his intersection of those is pretty elite. It's pretty elite. I think the hand-eye stuff is just great for him. Look, boxed out a guy, gets that board, starts getting into a post up. I get a little iffy with these post ups. Yeah. Okay. That's probably the most extreme case of like this awkwardness or lack of. I don't want to say body control because he's dunking and doing all this shit that like a my player does and that you just shouldn't be doing at 6'10". But he gets into like an awkward footwork position and he goes up from here. If you look at his feet, he isn't facing the basket. Spins into his guy, which makes me feel like he's almost like programmed his moves into his body rather than like working it off a more intuitive basis. Granted, I'm not. I haven't hooped in a minute. I'm talking here again. But point is, he does like a 360 no scope. It's like kind of crazy. But he like jumps the basket off balance clearly, clangs off the backboard, but insane athlete, insane hand-eye coordination, or insane vertical athlete, hand-eye coordination, catches it, puts it back up. Like that's one of the craziest plays I think I've seen. Yep. This is again like a great example of what I'm talking about with him as a like finisher. So again, drive off the catch, spin, doesn't actually create real. His spin isn't like super tight from what I'm seeing. It seems, again, some of these moves that he makes as a driver seem like they've been like ingrained into him, which is a good thing. But at the same time, they don't feel like he's reacting to and responding to like defensive pressure. Again, something to know. Spins. His body's kind of twisted away from the basket, kind of fading away. Yeah, he's kind of moving away, dealing with contact. Kind of off balance. and it's short. So maybe it is a touch thing, but I'm not. I don't know. Some of the film I've seen. Okay, so he tries to stonewall a guy, tries to go into him, kind of flails a bit. Again, his feet. He's jumping like away from the rim, and he can't get into a place where he's like jumping through contact towards the rim. And he missed it. So I mean, maybe it is touch. Like I don't know. Yeah, that's a good box out. I like that. Spin. That's a really tough shot. Like these types of. The reason why I don't particularly care about this is I know he's just never gonna have those types of possessions in the NBA. Like I'm sorry, I think if you were good at them, it'd be cool from like, and he's not even bad at them. Like for a college guy, like averaging 0.99 points or 1.02. He's in the 85th percentile in post ups. Like that's cool. But it was like technically a dribble jumper, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, dribble jumpers have been a little ugly. Yeah. Point is, fuck, I forgot what the point is. Going back to where we were, flowing along the weak side. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about with him. Gathers momentum by taking like another extra 2 steps. After the catch, I think he can be so dynamic off the weak side and pick and rolls and stuff. Like, because either if he's playing with like a really dynamic ball handler, they get the short roll. He's cutting or crashing the glass like hard as hell every single possession out that weak corner, or they get to something like that. This is a cool action. I kind of like this like stack Spain thing, but or he can also just get dump offs and just go up with it. Like look, fearless of contact, goes through the arm, isn't gonna like pump fake and go out of that. He's gonna go up with it, draws free throws, and free throws are free for a reason. Those are points, and we like points over here. Kind of what we want in basketball. This another one of these no scopes. Yeah, he gets a little off balance on a spin, stops for a second, jumps from like again almost facing the opposite direction. Kind of regathers his feet a little bit, and I thought this was gonna be short. Kind of throws it up, gets it to go. I don't. Maybe it's not core strength, but it definitely seems like something stability related. Because core strength to do that at that size is kind of crazy. Because does he get his core? Oh my god, I don't want to see you, Zach Wilson. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I just can't be pressing buttons on my computer. Yeah, he jumps from like here. Okay, maybe core strength is elite. It's something stability, and once I find the word for it, I'm gonna figure it all out. Here, sprinting transition, a running breaking transition. Tries to put someone in the hospital. Beautiful. Free throws. Have I mentioned I really like free throws? Okay, comes off a little screen. Off immediate off the rip spin into him. Kind of just has to try to go over like a big 7-footer. Just doesn't have counters when it gets deep in the paint without an advantage, which is a little scary. But I'm still very encouraged by the fact that he's going up with this. I think rather than like cowering away, because like these types of looks in the pros, you have opportunities to earn free throws on them. So I'm fine with that. It's very flawed logic, but I really could not. I can't be asked right now. I don't care. Spin. It's another one of these like spins that feels like a little like programmed. Like he decided to do this before he got the ball. Just something to watch. He takes another step, pivots around, tries to get over him and just can't. I wonder if my measurements for his wingspan were right, or was I tweaking? 7 foot. Okay, 7 foot is kind of worse than I expected. Which is something to watch. Yeah. Slayer keeps on popping up. Big time board. Big, nice outlet. Okay, 2 clutch free throws. Ooh, he breaks the first one. That's not good. We want the clutch. We want the clutchness in our prospect. I'm just talking that. I don't care. But okay. The post. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I care about with these types of reads, the quickness of how he hits them. Maybe a hair late, but I think this is just a good read. I think he displays a good cognitive ability to pick out targets. Um yeah, he hits them in stride. Good pass. I like that. Playmaking is so underrated. Um, I mean, that's just like a nothing play. That's a system play. I don't invest anything into that. Just like I'm not investing into like his like spin jumper plays unless he makes them just for touch. I'm not at all like, or not even unless he makes them just like only for touch. I'm barely investing in these plays. Like the only thing that I find interesting about these is that North Carolina trusts him to make passes out of these. Screen, I guess. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. I love and appreciate Kashegi, but I don't care about those. Couple dribbles, couple dribble. Ooh, gets his shit poked. Again, a little bit of clunkiness with his standstill. Like he starts leaning into him, but maybe doesn't completely protect the ball. Gets it poked away. Here he is. That's a great read. That is a read that I really am investing in. Immediately identifies very quick. Oh, I got an email, guys. I got an email. But really quick, beautiful pass. I like that. Yeah. His feel is I know feel is such a buzzword these days because everyone loves saying, "Oh, this guy's high feel. This guy's high feel." Wilson like is high feel. Like he makes a variety of different like reads on the court that just impressed me. I think in the Michigan State game, he had this one interior read where I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know he was a passer like this. Like this is cool." Another little like system ran set. I mean, he makes the right decision, but it's like because the decision was given to him. A little over ambitious on that one. I love that. Ooh, I'm investing in that. Who the hell is emailing me so much? Everyone wants to hold to the bucket hat, as you can see. That's a beautiful pass, perfect touch, great recognition in transition. I'm investing in that, especially because he defensive rebounds like he does. A lot of fun possibilities in transition with him either like running and leaking out after contesting on a shooter and running and doing one of his incredible gather dunks, or getting the board, pass like this. Cool. Just through. Okay. Another like some easy reads. I I like that this one's out of live dribble. I think that is noteworthy. One hand out of live dribble. I don't think he reacts like instantaneously or anything, but it's a good pass. A little poor technique here. Kind of lunges at the ball. Kind of like a blocks seeking missile. You could see he was like amped on getting that one. Switch, front, back cross, big board. I think I'm huge on defensive rebounding. He's kind of like I think he can really be like a prototypical defensive four in the NBA. That's like the type of player I think he can be. I think there's still like a lot of spaciness. Is how I describe it. Doesn't switch immediately there, and then he fouls. Like I think this is supposed to be a switch. Kind of gets hit by the screen a little. Doesn't recover immediately. Turns into a foul. I don't know if he's just unclear about what the thing is. Great hands. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He like that's a snipe. That is a snipe. That's impressive. I'm impressed by that. You could see, did he dig? He might have dug a little bit. No, he did not dig at all. I don't know why I thought he dug. Okay. The rebound comes right to him. Let's see. I think he's not like a crazy outlier in terms of wingspan. Yeah, I'm inclined to not say that he's an NBA level 5 just because he's not crazy long. Um, and from what I've seen as a rim protector, I don't think that he's really. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't love this rep from him. I think this is like an open look. Guy just misses it. Whatever. Um, doesn't get the defensive rebound there. He's guarding like a full on big right now. Um, that's actually good process. I'm happy with that. Again, I'm trying to look for ways in which it's like length or like unastounding length pops up. Um, there's something to watch. That's great. That's great. Contests, gets back into play. He's really a ball hawk. Like he's gambling on a lot of these. If his guy wanted to drive, I think this is like a blunder. But his I think his hand ball tracking, all that, really impressive. Ooh, I think that's a clean steal. Um, I think that's a clean steal. Yeah. Um, that's soft as hell. Whoever that is, that's soft. You're soft. Hey, wait, what number? What number? Number 5. Yeah, you're soft. Um, okay, so he's guarding the big again. Spin again. He's a little over eager over there, over indexing on that one. Can't really recover and is big. Can't really do anything there. Okay, so what do we have over here? Ooh, close, jumps, but recovers and jumps again. And they end up getting an advantage because he jumps and then his guy has to commit to getting the contest on a layup that he let get by him, then offensive rebound. Yeah. Okay. Whole point is he's gambling. He's gambling. Um, yeah. That's impressive. I like that. I think his ball tracking is really incredible. Like he's always looking for it. Which is a good thing and a bad thing because he's really aggressive with it, maybe sometimes over aggressive with it. But he's getting the ball. Yeah. Yeah, he floats up a little too heavily. And somehow like gets some amount of ball, like definitely a foul. Yeah, definitely a foul. Gets wrist. But yeah, the spaciness is something to worry about. I don't think he's gonna anchor an NBA defense as a 5 ever. Maybe no, maybe not ever because I've seen like 3 Kashiki games, but like not a lot. Um, Yeah, again, tries to swipe for the ball instead of going for like a two-handed, like more vertical contest, or doesn't, or just like jumps weirdly. I don't know. Yeah. Um. So here's my verdict. Here's my verdict. If you guys want to hear my verdict, um, I think I think the passing is really underrated. I think there's a lot that needs to be like fixed with his like at the rim process, especially like in a game like that where he's not getting all these like semi transition looks, or he's not getting a lot of like easy closeouts to attack or easy, or I guess like lower level of competition, just dunks, right? Because I don't remember if I saw a single dunk in that game. In some of the other games, like right, he gets these transition, semi-transition guy drives, or like maybe he gets like a closeout on the wing or something, and he gets a dunk. Like he had actually some great dunks against Michigan State, but I think that's something to monitor is his dunks against competition, and his overall finishing against competition. I want to know how we can check that. How can I check that? How can I check that? Like it's really early. That's the problem with doing any draft thing right now. It just is kind of nonsensical, if we're being honest. But we specialize. We specialize in that, so that's pretty cool. If we're going like top 100, we need to get that games filter out. We need to get that games filter out. Yeah. So where's our wonderful Okay. Where's Caleb? Where's Wilson? Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson. Yeah. Okay. Actually, it's odd. Yeah, he's 60% on at the rim twos. He has 8 dunks in how many games? How many games? How many games? Can we see games? 3 games. So I think yeah, that's just something to watch. That's something I'm looking at. How he finishes against top 100 or top 80 or top 200. I don't know, whatever. However you're supposed to filter it, I'm not very sure. That's what I will be looking at. Free throw rate. But what I was gonna say about him is free throw rate is just genuinely like an outlier, or free throw rate time, like dunks intersection. That's special. Like not guys who don't play the five don't typically do that. Like, um, this is cool. Like you don't see people doing this. Um, yeah, like this is the group that he's probably going to be a part of by the end of the season. Which is really great. Yeah, and I think the feel is definitely there. I think the intersection of assist to turnover, or not even assist to turnover, just like playmaking in general. Like you saw that really quick read off that like horns action, I think it was, where he gets the ball, wing, boom, immediate. Stuff like that makes me very high on him. I think the free throw rate makes me high on him too, because I think that indicates like he has um some upward growth as a finisher too. It's cool. I think I like it. I'm intrigued by how he's shooting from non-rim twos. Uh, and I think the hands are great defensively. I think he's not like big enough, simply put, to be like an NBA level rim protector. But I like the rebounding too. Yeah, spaciness is kind of bad. Definitely has bad habits on both ends that he needs to clear up. I would say if he becomes like an NBA level shooter, which I think could happen, 77 from the free throw line is actually kind of good. Like if we look at guys who have ever been, um, let's say drafted guys, because we want like some sort of sample size, or like reasonable NBA level sample size. Look at guys who have been drafted with like above a 75 free throw percentage. Like it's a little disingenuous to do above 75, but we're fine with that. We have no qualms of being disingenuous over here. Above 75, height minimum of like 80 to like 83. These guys above 75, and then you add in far 2% above 40, like three, shooting 45 from them. Again, you don't want to be super disingenuous. 42.5. This is just like a really random query. It appears. Look at these guys, and then you get like, what's another way? I'm gonna try doing this on the steal stuff, because again, I trust what Avi does. Avi's pretty smart. So he gets above three. He's at three right now, which is very disingenuous. 2.5. Let's go above 2.5. Okay, I thought there'd be more. I'm sorry, I can't do this. Okay, point is, this is like kind of like the lines of where he is right now. It's very disingenuous. It's very like a cheaty query. I don't really care. That's something to watch. And yeah, so the verdict is I have questions about his offensive fit in the league, but he might be a good enough rebounder and a good enough transition player and a good enough passer to like just make me not care. Right now, he's definitely top five. Like he's top five for everyone. I might I don't know, I'm kind of lower on AJ than some other people. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a thread on AJ about his stocks. Basically, the point is he's capped at being like, probably if he maintains these numbers, he's capped at being something around like a like a barely above average defender, something like that. And that's only because he rebounds. So like, I don't picture him being a super great defender in the league. I picture I mean, if we do some similar stuff with Caleb, I don't want to make this video like an hour long. But point is, I think Caleb can be an NBA. He can be a very good NBA defender, maybe even elite, because stocks are nice. And he rebounds, and those are like the two important things. Okay. Thank you. I rambled a lot. I've been talking for like an hour. Um, I hope you guys like this, and if you liked hearing my thinking about 6 minutes of Caleb Williams Wilson, Caleb Williams, Caleb Wilson film. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at MaxiMonster1111. Slightly ashamed to say that. Or subscribe to my Substack. I have 83 subscribers. My dream is to one day hit 100. Maybe that dream happens sooner if some of you guys subscribe. So again, thank you for tuning in. Let me know anything I did wrong. I'm not looking at this before I post it, so it's going to be really bad. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Ah, fuck.